G'day guys, this is going to be my match review of the Atlanta Hawks v my Denver Nuggets. Nuggets ended up losing 115 to 123. Atlanta Hawks just too good today. Trae Young had a great game, best player in the game. But yeah, let's go back to the start of the game. Zeke actually started today. He was starting at power forward for the injured JaMychal Green, the injured Paul Millsap. Who else were we missing? We were missing Gary Harris as well. And I think I'm forgetting someone else. But yeah, still rocking a lot of injuries, so another new starting lineup. But we started off good. We had a good first quarter. Michael Porter Jr. was playing well. He had an early 8 points. I think he was 4 of 4 at the start. But then we started turning it over and fouling, which allowed Atlanta to get back into it. Jokic had probably his worst game of the season, I'd say, just about. He really just didn't look energetic at all. He looked very sluggish and just lackluster. He just was not good tonight. He was 5 of 15 from the field, which is not good at all for him. He still did have 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, but he had 4 turnovers and 5 fouls, so not a good game for Jokic. You've got to give big shout outs to Capella, who was guarding him pretty well and did quite well on the offensive end as well. He had 22 and 10 himself and only missed 1 shot, so Capella was very good for the Hawks. And Murray started well again. Murray had a good game, so his good performances have continued these last 5-6 games, which is good to see. Did get into a little bit of foul trouble early on, which I think took him out of his rhythm a little bit, but overall he was still good, especially on the offensive end. It's just the defensive end, as it was for everyone tonight. That's why we ended up losing this game. I mean, you let your opponent score over 120 points, it's going to be pretty hard to win the game, let's be real. And after we're up by 6 points at the end of the quarter time, the second quarter starts. I think the Hawks come out, they hit a Gallinari 3 and Mike Malone decides to call a timeout straight away, 16 seconds into the quarter. Don't really know or understand what the hell the point of that was. Didn't even look like a blown coverage or anything, it just looked like they got a good shot and Gallinari actually hit something, because he hasn't been good this year at all. So I don't really understand that. But Facu Campazzo, he had another great game tonight in my opinion. He was whipping some good passes around. He could have had it. He only had 2 assists, but he could have had about 5, I reckon. Just players dropping the pass or missing an easy shot. Bobo actually got some game time tonight, which was shocking to be honest. I guess it's just because of all the injuries, but I said in my other videos that I thought he was just out of the rotation for good or something because he just didn't look happy. But he came on in the second quarter. He actually hit both of the shots he took, but he only played 12 minutes. 5 points. He didn't look very good on defense though, and he did have 1 travel as well, which those young guys always get called for those travels because they take off without dribbling the ball first. But yeah, I thought he was going to get a bit more game time, but that didn't happen. The Hawks bench wasn't great except for Tony Snell. Tony Snell was doing work. He hit 4 out of his 5 threes, so he was a big boost for them off the bench. Monte Morris started to get back into his zone today. He was very good. He was 7 of 13 off the bench, 15 points. He actually had 7 rebounds and 6 assists, so a very good game from Monte Morris. And Barton was 3 of 3 from 3 at first, and Barton was looking good as well. So Barton and Porter were hitting their shots early on. But that second quarter, we just didn't have any defense at all and gave up 37 points in that one quarter. And Atlanta were really getting out in transition. They switched to like a zone defense and then just ran on the fast break. Not to mention all the lobs they were getting. They were just, Trae Young was just coming off pick and rolls and then throwing lobs to Collins and Capella. And Jokic obviously isn't the most athletic center, so if he doesn't have good position, they're going to get easy layups. And no one was really rotating or helping him. Like Zeke wasn't really interfering in play or anything. He played 30 minutes and had 3 rebounds, so Zeke got to be better than that. But then Porter and Barton have to help more as well. But yeah, third quarter started, and that was our lowest scoring quarter. I only scored 20 points for the quarter. Jokic was starting to get some assists and started to get people involved again, but people were just in foul trouble. We just fouled too much. I remember in the second quarter, Porter had 3 fouls, went off, and I don't even know if he came back into the game at all. I just don't understand Mike Malone's rotations. Like, Porter hit his first 4 shots. He was 4 of 7 for the game. He had a couple nice blocks as well, so he was actually trying at least on defense. I don't know why you have to take him out just because he's in foul trouble. If you're not going to play him anyway, like if you're not guaranteed to play him 30 plus minutes. Why does it matter if he's in foul trouble? Just let him get his game time. He's been good on offense today. Didn't turn it over either. But yeah, Denver just weren't getting to the rim enough. We're getting 0 free throws, not many calls. Trae Young was getting all these superstar calls, which is a bit frustrating. And Capella was getting calls as well, which I don't understand. But I remember, because it was at the start of the fourth quarter, and we had only taken 6 free throws, and I think one of them was a technical, and one of them was a defensive 3 seconds. So 4 free throws by attacking the rim, and then the others came late on in the game. So it says we took 16 free throws for the game, but quite a lot of those were at the very end of the game. I almost think it was just to make up calls at the end there to make it not seem as bad compared to Atlanta's 33 free throws. But I think 8 of them were at the end of the game also, so it was about 25 to like 10 until the late game stuff. But yeah, Trae Young, dominant tonight, 35 and 15. Campazzo was doing his best on him and was actually frustrating Young a little bit. I would have liked to see Campazzo earlier and try to be a bit more physical with him, but the refs just weren't having any of it. I mean, Campazzo had 5 fouls in 27 minutes. But he was good off the bench. He was 4 of 7 from 3 and 4 free throws. He actually had 16 off the bench. But besides Campazzo and Monte Morris, there wasn't much offense off the bench. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Pretty disappointing game. Definitely considering we just lost against Washington as well. So we're 16 and 14 now, very mediocre. We really need to pick it up. But I think we have another 4 games in 6 nights or something, so the energy's got to be there. We got to start playing better. I mean, Murray's picked it up, but no one else really has. Hopefully Jokic can get back to his MVP type playing ways next game, and we should be alright. Alright, but I am worried. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.